who's joining us here.
This is Jamie at CEDACOG.
Hi, Jamie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock, so we'll start our agenda. We will start with the opening prayer. Ask you to rise if you're able to. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together this day to serve our community with wisdom, unity, and purpose. As we begin this meeting, we ask for your guidance in every decision we make, that we may lead with integrity, fairness, and compassion. We lift up in prayer the young athletes preparing for the upcoming Little League season. Bless each player with strength, joy, and sportsmanship. May they grow not only in skill, but in character, learning teamwork, perseverance, and respect both on and off the field. We ask your blessing on their families, those who cheer them on from the sidelines, provide support and encouragement, and help build a foundation of love and community. May they find pride in their children's efforts and joy in every moment shared. We also pray for the coaches, volunteers, and league organizers who give so much of their time and energy. Grant them patience, leadership, and a spirit of service. And finally, Lord, we ask our blessing on our entire community. Help us foster a place where all can grow, contribute, and feel a sense of belonging. May our work here today reflect our shared commitment to building a brighter future, one that supports our youth, strengthens our families, and uplifts our neighborhoods. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
We pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Look for a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. So that carries. Any public comment on an agenda item only? Fine.
Not at the moment, nope.
Okay. So we'll start with reports with Nikki.
Good morning. Presented for your ratification are invoices due through August 13th, 2025 to be paid on August 6th, 2025 in the amount of $471,177.68. 83.05% out of the general fund, 0.96 out of other grants, 15.84% out of RMS, and 0.14 out of escrow.
Okay, look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. It's approved.
Thank you.
Next is informational items, starting with Maya 2.
This is just to acknowledge the county will be requesting bids for flood acquisition demolition projects. There's two that we'll be doing, and it's 100% grant funded.
And personnel actions with Mr. Hagan.
New podium. Good morning. Approve the following personnel actions as conditional offers of employment, subject to the successful completion of a background check and all other employment conditions outlined here in attachment A. The first one, we have an administrative correction from last, it's just the salary. So facilities management, Elwood Hoover, maintenance 3, pay grade 8, full-time, $27.30 per hour, 75 hours per pay period, effective date August 3rd, 2025. In the adult probation office, Fallon Snook, administrative case officer, pay grade 7, full-time at $18.72 per hour, 75 hours per pay period, effective date August 17, 2025. Also in adult probation, Elizabeth Snyder, administrative case officer, pay grade 7, full-time at $19.656 per hour at 75 hours per pay period. Anticipated start date, August 18, 2025. Adult probation, Avery Eisworth, adult probation officer, union, full-time at $21.81 per hour, 80 hours per pay period. Anticipated start date, August 25, 2025. In the pre-release center, Denise Gee, work crew foreman, pay grade 8, full-time, 28.9240686 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, effective date August 17, 2025. In the pre-release center, Thomas Tamborelli, resident supervisor, union, full-time at 19.20229 cents per hour, 80 hours per pay period, effective date August 17, 2025. In resource management, Landon Ernst, equipment operator, pay grade 6, full-time, $18.54 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date August 11, 2025. And wrapping up, resource management, Reagan McGowan, recycling labor, pay grade 4, full-time, $14.50 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date August 18, 2025.
For a motion to approve the personnel action?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you. I will start with action items. 5.1, Gary.
Yeah, good morning. 5.1 is vote to approve the waiver for UGI to use the parking lot next to the transfer station for overflow parking on October 15th, 2025. So this is just basically a waiver that would be put in place between us and them for any type of thing that may happen to cover liability reasons.
Look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Not second. All those in favor, aye.
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 Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you, Gary. 5.2, William Miller. William Miller, a young phone. Yes.
We have.
Sure.
All right, so this is just a grant contract renewal with the PA Department of Health. It's for their EMS and regional council. This is for the fiscal year 25-26. This is just our typical grant allocation we get.
So the pass-through?
No, we actually administer it. So there's a portion for which we do in-house with our EMS, and then as part of the council, the region, he also gives money out as well.
Look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5.3, Forrest Lehman.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
So this first item, this is our annual application for the Election Integrity Grant Program funds. This would be for a 2025 and 26 grant cycle because it follows the state fiscal year. The amount we're set to receive for this cycle is $373,818.65. And this is annual funding counties started receiving for election operations back in 2022. The funding amount for our county has always been around this amount. It's based on our percentage of the state's registered voters. So we get a piece of a $45 million pie. And these applications, we have to get ours submitted by August 15th. It's always a tight time frame set by the statute. But after we get it approved, Maya sends that to DCED. She's always done a great job with that. And then the funds get deposited by September 1st.
Okay, look for a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, say by aye.
Aye.
And my other item is an agreement with Jackson Township. This relates to the county settlement agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice. This is an agreement for the county to reimburse the township for its expenditures to make the township building suitable for voting. And this agreement would reimburse the township for some expenditures already made and also for additional expenditures they're making over the summer after our architect inspects the work and makes sure that everything looks good. And Jackson Township, it's one of those places in the county where we don't have a viable option other than the township building because it's a pretty rural area out there. And unfortunately, that township building, if you've ever been up there, that's an old one-room schoolhouse. So they're really starting from a rough place as far as getting it up to speed. So it needs, ramps, parking, entrance redone, the whole 9 yards. And when we went into this project countywide a couple of years ago, we all knew there were going to be a handful of sites like this that end up being more expensive. And unfortunately, Jackson is one of them. We've had some that cost very little. Most of them come in around a couple $1,000s, but Jackson is going to be more. But our obligation to the U.S. Department of Justice is to make every one of these sites accessible. The good part of this is that the Board of Elections always has the right under the election code to use municipal buildings and schools as polling places. So the investment we're making to help their township building get up to speed for voting, that's going to benefit the county in perpetuity.
Look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Five point five is Leslie.
Morning.
Shannon, good morning, Maya. 5.5, we're seeking your approval to add an adult probation pretrial protract software to our current contract that we have. Basically, this is going to be $48 per per person that they enroll, per client, if you will. So right now they're around 220 clients. And it does say that it's under the budget, but it is going to be paid for with court funds, the rest of and all of 2026. So it's not going to be a budgeted item.
Let's say to clarify, is it FTE from the previous?
I brought Dave.
Supervision or you use that?
It's going to be one of two funds, either Act 77, which is supervision fee. Let's just go with that. It'll be supervision fee
Okay, all right,
to make it easier.
all right, thank you.
That's just.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to add, Dave, to the
No, the court was willing to pay, like she said, through 2026, and then we'll revisit it as far as installing in the budget and discussing it with Maya as we approach that.
But it's a program that helps you guys. It's helping you track your clients.
Yeah, it's an electronic reporting program for low-level people on pretrial supervision. We already use it in the adult probation office. We're just extending it into trial office.
Oh.
Makes us way more effective with keeping tabs on people. We can send court notifications. So yeah, it's a really good program.
Okay.
Yep.
Look for a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
5.6, we're asking your approval to can't even talk today. Maybe I should go back home.
Amend.
One more time, seeking your approval to add an amendment to our contract with Marco. Basically, we're going to be adding 4 copiers to the new contract, and then I'll be presenting hopefully next week to take them off the old contract. This is an increase of $861.75 per quarter. So the total is going to be $5,265.69.
Okay, look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And just to clarify, I did want to just say with the new RFP that went out with the Marco contracts, we're about half of the cost of prints. So the color is going to be 0.033. Today we're at 0.055. The black and white is at 0.00375. And today we're at 0.048. So. And 5.7, we're seeking your approval to upgrade our Dell servers at RMS. There are 2 of them. And the amount of both of them together is $25,381.02. It is a budgeted item. And this is only because they are no longer supported and the software is no longer supported. The software is going to be $1,925.44, but I'm actually working with our Microsoft rep right now to see if we can get that lowered. So that might be a little bit less once I get a good quote from them.
Here's my dumb question for you. So when we get the new one, we have a guarantee of how long that will be supported? Or is it just when they decide to roll
The
out?
software or
new?
the server. So the servers are usually good for about 7 years. And then after that, the hardware is not supported any longer.
Okay.
As far as the Microsoft licensing, we can use it other places if need be, but it's going to be part of our Microsoft licensing at $300,000 that we do every year. So we're hoping that's what we're going to do. So if not, we're going to have to buy it off the shelf, and then it'll be that $900 per license.
All right, look for motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
5.8, we're seeking your approval to replace MDJ Fry's camera system. The system died a week or two ago, and we need to replace it. We've been working with the sheriff's office and facilities just to make sure that we're all on board, to make sure where we need to place the cameras again, and maintenance is going to be running all the cabling for that and doing the install. So that was able to bring down the price. The amount's going to be $11,914.50. And this is definitely budgeted. We're going to take it out of the $100,000 that we have for our camera project.
I assume it was just old. Is that?
It was old and it just died, and they're very concerned at this point because there's no security down
Yeah,
there at that building at all.
How quickly will this get done?
We'll place the order today, I mean, if you guys approve it, and then hopefully it's within the next week or so.
Keep that off the record. There's no security down there.
Gotcha.
Look for motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Sorry for the rough start.
5.9 through 5.15, Steve Whitening.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Steve.
Due to the change in leadership at the Facilities Management Department, requesting permission to table 5.9 through 5.15 for further review and clarification.
Sounds good to me. I'll make that motion.
I was gonna say, from a solicitor standpoint, can we roll them all together like that? Yeah, okay.
All right,
So
I'll
I have
make
a
a
motion
motion to
to-
table.
The table,
5.9
5.9, 5.15, and I'll second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
And Steve, thank you for taking the time to review these change orders. I'm gonna talk about change orders at the end of the meeting real quick, but thank you. 5.16, Malik?
Morning.
Is Jamie Schroeder on the phone line?
Yes.
Jamie,
Jamie, you still there?
As far as you know.
Oh, Jamie, do we still
Yes,
have?
I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry. Yep,
that's
I'm
right.
here.
Malik was looking for you.
Yeah. So today we have the subrecipient agreement with LCWSA to add funding from 2021 that was left, or that was from a project that wasn't able to move forward right away. This project is able to expend it quickly, so I'm just looking for your approval of the subrecipient agreement to give that funding to LCWSA for the State Route 44 water line project.
For motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Malik, you had it easy today.
Thank
You didn't have to do anything.
I know.
Jamie, thanks for helping him out.
Sure, I'm gonna make him do more work from now on.
Thank you. 5.17, Maya.
Yes, good morning. The first item I have for you, 5.17, vote to approve to participate in the Purdue Direct Opioid Settlement. So as settlements continue to keep coming forward with regards to opioid, we have to continue to submit participation forms. So this is just saying that we wish to pursue the Purdue settlement and participate in that.
For a motion,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the next item I have for you is vote to approve the MOU with Lycoming Housing Authority. So each year, they determine what capital projects they have to complete. And because they are a separate entity, it has to run through a government entity for them to do that. So we serve as the MOU and agent to do those capital projects through CEDACOG.
For motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
5.19, vote to approve the agreement with Joe Ellen Bowman. This is a contract for expert consultation in the district attorney's office, and it's not to exceed $10,000.
Look for motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The next item is vote to award the bid for fire restrictive coating repair to acoustical spray insulators in the amount of $35,833. This was the bid we recently put out approximately like 2-3 weeks ago with regards to the register and recorder build, where we had to fix some of the fire restrictive coating there.
Steve, would you consider the idea of tabling this? I don't know if we really verified if this was a building code requirement or not. Do you want to take time to look at that? Do we have time to look at that?
I did, just as a courtesy, I just want to let you know that I do put out an intent to award to the vendor. It doesn't mean, they know that at any given time until you guys formally approve that it can be denied, but.
I do know that, our Williamsport fire said it is required.
Okay. All right. So you did get verification
Yeah,
from them. It's
They
required.
have, and then the state has said it needs.
Okay. Because my understanding, building codes, it kind of falls differently in different types of buildings. So that's why I didn't know if we verified. So, but if you are comfortable with that, then I'm comfortable. Thank you. I'd look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 And the last item I have for you, 5.21, is vote to approve the invoices for Larson, Kellett and Associates in the amount of $42,508.05. This is part of services actually that were completed in 2024 and for several cases within the district attorney's office.
So anybody that follows our meetings regularly, we had tabled action on this a couple weeks ago, just to clean up some of the invoicing and then the number kind of is actually higher today than what we had tabled back then, but there's some additional invoices that got connected to this. So that's where the change in numbers are. So
Is there anyone that doesn't follow our meetings?
I think everybody does. That's why I wanted to clarify it. So I'd like a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's all our action items. Next is commissioner comment. I wanted to start just real quick with things such as, the amount of change orders that our interim director for maintenance has chose to table for some review yet. One of the things that I find disturbing for us at the county level, especially where, our finances, we've been under a lot of scrutiny since this current board came in place, and we have a new controller in place, and Maya has new responsibilities as our financial management. We uncovered a lot of things that were incorrect, I would say. And it's also our desire as a board to be the first board in probably 25 years to have a balanced budget. And we're going to get that goal. Hopefully 2026, we will have that goal. But some of the things that keep happening are these change orders and this invoicing, from this latest for attorney fees. These things are being committed to vendors, or the vendors are just doing the work without proper approval from the Board of Commissioners and coming out of our office. That's got to stop. Whether it's the staff of Lycoming County doing it, or it's the vendors doing it. Eventually we're going to take a hard line. And if it's not approved, you will not get paid. So for any vendors that are listening, any contractors that are out there, if you're not getting approval prior to doing the work, you're going to be in trouble. We're not going to pay the bill, and you're going to have to fight us for that. And that's just the stance we're going to eventually take. We don't want to take that stance, but we got to have, our financial team has got to know what is being spent. We can't just keep spending and then tell them after the fact, oh, by the way, that doesn't work for our budget. I know we didn't follow a budget very strictly over the past years in government in general, I think, not just Lycoming County. But we are working drastically to change that, and we will get that changed. Other than that, I mean, I'm excited to welcome Little League here. For anybody that hasn't been watching any of the preliminary games to see who's winning their ticket to Williamsport. I love hearing that on ESPN. Hey, they're winning a ticket to Williamsport. I love that. Rather than they don't even say Little League World Series, they say Williamsport. So I just think that's awesome to hear that. These little kids, I mean, the excitement of the ones that win is phenomenal. Unfortunately, the ones that lose, it's sad to watch them on TV, but can't wait to see all the people here, all the crowds, and hopefully, and I know we're a very welcoming community. So I'm excited to have Lycoming County host this again for so many years. Just what an exciting time for us. And be safe, be careful on the roads. We'll have a lot more people out there. We'll have a lot more people out to dinner. The restaurants still didn't, get a lot of help. So take it easy on them when service is slow, because they're going to have a lot more people. There's going to be, a lot more going on in our community. Welcome everybody. Be thankful that all these people can be here. And as the opening prayer, we wish them all good health and safety as they travel to our community and home.
I guess South Carolina rallied for 5 in the 6th last night. Beat Florida.
Yeah.
I guess I read that somewhere.
Yeah, that was an exciting game.
I didn't see it, but I read it. When like every quarter, the library comes in and gives their pitch about what the library system does, and we always talk about how it's just so much more than books. And last week, one of the nights, they oftentimes they have programs and presentations and stuff upstairs. And last week, I went to one done by Joe Smith, who was an English teacher at Loyal Sock. Did you have Joe? Yeah, I did. And he's also a film critic on the side. His father was a professional film critic, and he is a historian. And he did 50 years of film, because everyone knows by now this is the 50th year of Jaws, and also One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and things like that. But so he did like an hour and 15-minute presentation, and most of it was about Jaws. But it was, whenever you're at the library or online or whatever, they have a bulletin board of things, and there's some really neat programs. And this was all for, well, it could have been for anyone, but there were probably 20, 25 of us adults in the room listening to him talk about this stuff. And so it is one of the other things, and it was free. It was totally free, and they had snacks and everything. And it was really neat. And it's one of the things that our library system does and provides to the community. And so my fun fact for Jaws, that he went through a book, and he learned a lot, because we've all seen it by now. In the original script, Richard Dreyfuss's character was supposed to die. Did I tell you this story? You've never seen Jaws? What? Oh, good God. Mr. Hooper was supposed to die, and only Chief Brody was supposed to survive. When they were filming they went to Australia to film the shark cage scenes, and they had different levels. He said they had a little bitty shark cage with a doll in it, and then they had like a medium-sized shark cage with a kid in a scuba suit, and then they had the big adult. So they put the shark cage in the water, and the one scene where the shark tears the cage apart, they didn't know the shark could tear the cage apart. So they just thought they would get footage of the shark swimming around this cage. And so then it tears it apart, and they said, wow, that's really cool. We have to use that in the movie. The cage is empty. So they're like, we can't have the shark tear an empty cage apart and then eat the guy, because he's not in. So they said, we have to go back and rewrite it and figure out how to get him out of the cage. So that's why he escaped the cage, and that's why he got to live at the end. Only because this shark didn't know he wasn't supposed to tear the cage apart, but he did. So anyway, that's my fun Jaws fact. Unlike you, I've probably seen it 20 times, and you should go watch it tonight, because it is that good. But anyway, just another plug for our library system with the stuff they do. And again, it was totally free of charge. It was like an hour presentation. And if you ever go into this one, I'm sure the stuff is online as well, but there's a bulletin board with all kinds of stuff that they have on weekends. They have stuff for kids, they have stuff for adults, and just one of the other things that they provide for our community.
Try not to talk about Jaws this time of year, because the kids get scared when we go to the beach. So.
Look, now that you see the drone footage and and you can see the sharks swimming around, like I'm never going in the water again.
Another thing for our YouTube viewers and any new audience members, this is Shannon Barnes, who is our new director of operations for the county. So you'll start seeing her up front with us and running the meetings as time goes on. So we welcome her to Lycoming County and look for a long career here, helping to manage and make some changes in the operations of the county and making it smoother. I think that's what we found in her when we had a long interview process and had a lot of great candidates, and a lot of them had different strengths and abilities. But the one that we found in her that we were hopeful with is the ability to be very fair, smooth, and just directing a more calm way of doing business within the county. So that's what we look forward to.
Well, thank
So
you.
if you have any words you want to say.
Such kind words. And I do apologize. And I'm so thankful for Maya sitting here next to me. Just getting the hang of how these things run. If it wasn't Maya, it would be my 8-year-old grandson showing me how to run these things. But I thank you for your kind words. And I'm looking forward to working with what's already a great team. So everybody's making me look good at this point, which is awesome. I do have some general public comments. First one from MC Gee. It's not an agenda item, but regarding last week's discussion of economic development in our county, is there a study or report from the planning department that is available to residents about the purchase, of a small nuclear reactor? So that's a comment that was placed regarding last week's agenda.
Did we purchase a nuclear reactor?
I don't think there's anything like that going on in Lycoming County at this point. I mean, we can verify with the.
We would have had to
department
vote on that.
if anybody's requesting information on that, but as far as I know, there's been no request of a nuclear.
Okay.
Is there one for sale?
I don't think there's any for sale here. But
And then a second comment from Thomas Adams. He said he does follow our meetings regularly, and thank you for your work and dedication to the benefit of Lycoming County and its communities. That's very nice. And then he also commented that the idea from MC Gee is a good thought. So good idea. Any questions for me?
is there any public comment? And if you would just come to the podium and give your name for the record.
Morning. My name is James J. Carey. I'm here with Jason Koch. We represent the Gregg Township Municipal Authority, the sewer board. I want to start out by saying we've had a couple of meetings with the commissioners, and they've been great. You couldn't ask for a more helpful group. They've been really responsive and really made our task easy. What I'm here today about is we met with the commissioners on June 17th to discuss an agreement with the sewer authority to accept leachate from the landfill. We had a contract with the county to accept it, and we had an amendment to the agreement. This amendment was sent to the commissioners on the 27th of June. We understand that the business terms were approved by the commissioners, and the amendment is under legal review. We have 3 signed copies of the agreement today. We can't move forward without the signed copies. Commissioner Sortman hit the nail right in the head. I was ready to jump up and cheer. He said people are submitting bills and stuff hasn't been approved. We have spent a lot of money moving this program forward. The long and short of it, we came to an agreement. Our financial people said spread it over 5 years, but you can, if we can go as high as 10, we went with the commissioners and we want to give them the best thing we can. So we agreed on 10 years to spread it out. We got a extremely low interest rate below 3%. We agreed if if it runs over, that the engineering runs over, we'll absorb the additional cost. But we are going to put it out for bid in our August meeting. So I have to have the signed agreement here today or we're done.
So we have a fill-in solicitor, which makes it a little more difficult, but I also have been some text message here for our normal solicitor on this issue. We can't do it right now, but he assures me that he will have the contract back to us by the end of the day today. So you should have it back by the end of the day today.
All right, that's agreeable.
I'll call him after this meeting so that we hold accountable to that. Just to share with, again, the public, the YouTube. I mean, this is really Shannon's responsibility because it's RMS. No, I'm just kidding. But with RMS, I mean, so leachate is created by the water runoff. So obviously the more rain, which this summer, showed a lot more rain than normal, creates more leachate. The contract that we have in place right now with Gregg Township is to take X amount of leachate. That's also monitored by DEP and everybody. It's not something you just go over or say, oh, we have extra today. They can't, they legally probably shouldn't even accept when we go over what the contract is. We've been working as, two entities trying to change the agreement, but in changing the agreement, they had to add to their community's facility. Without their doing that addition, we have no way of getting rid of our leachate, and it's something we got to do. So the three commissioners went into an agreement with them that we would offset the cost with the additional fees of our leachate going to their facility. This was approved. I apologize. This was approved back early July, and we were waiting for solicitor review, and that we were assured we would have that at the end of the day today. But we should be able to have a signed agreement back to you no later than tomorrow morning.
Right.
I would say at this
All
point.
right. Well, can I just add a couple of things?
Sure.
With the temporary system we have in place, we've eliminated any violations, and we're accepting now. We're able to accept now more leachate than you've contracted for. But there's an agreement in there that you pay for the extra, so it's not a problem. And we feel in the future we're going to be able to take more of your burden. We have two main clients: the Federal Bureau of Prisons and you guys. And we want you as a customer. We want you as a client, and we want to be able to treat this without any violations. Jason is the brains of the operation, and he can answer any questions that you may have. But everything is working splendidly right now.
Or Jason, you can correct me where I'm wrong too. But one of the things that has everybody has knows the conversation that our landfill is not making the money that it always was assumed that it made. One of the reasons is the leachate. So as the leachate comes off, we have to put it in a tank or ponding areas, and then we truck it. So ultimately, the goal is a pipeline directly to Gregg Township. So Gregg Township, their sanitary system over there is very important to the success of the landfill, because that will literally take the landfill from almost losing money to breaking even, just getting rid of the trucking on leachate alone. And that came from outside sources telling me, what are we doing wrong? That's one of the things we do wrong, is trucking this leachate. So if we can get that fixed, but we have to have the agreement in place with these folks to be able to handle the amount of leachate that we have. The other goal we have as, Lycoming County Commissioners for the landfill, the only way we're going to be profitable is to increase the amount of garbage that we process daily over there. And as we continue to increase that, we will continue to have more leachate coming off. So the leachate is like the gases and the chemicals and everything that run off of the landfill because of the amount of rainwater. The juice.
Exactly. Additionally, with your guys' help, we took over the Brady system. And we now, we doubled the plant size. And through grants and fiscal responsibility, we're now able to handle your industrial park that you're putting in up there.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be no, no concern to you. We built a giant holding tank down there that we are able to mix the flow from the landfill and from the prison and dilute it, and that helps with the that's another thing we did to help with the process.
Right.
But I can't say enough how great the commissioners have been to us, and I really appreciate all your help. I'm gonna give you.
I hope I don't break my word by saying I'll have it to you by tomorrow morning, but I hope to have it to you by tomorrow morning.
And it's already, I already signed it.
Oh, okay.
Here's our copy. There's 3 copies here.
I think the only thing that our solicitor he wanted to add some verbiage to one of the things, and I mean, I'm sure you'll have to share that back with your attorney, but I hope that it's nothing of any.
I remember it not being very complicated.
No.
Like we just sat down and.
You already agreed to the business.
Right.
Right.
It was pretty straightforward. I think from now on, everyone that goes to the podium should have to start and finish their speech with how wonderful we are to work with. That was.
I mean, that's not plausible. Since you guys.
No, we sat down like a half hour and just kind of figured it out. This is what you need. This is what we can do. And it was, you guys were good to work with too.
I mean, nothing against our solicitors, but we didn't have them involved. We probably could get things done.
No, our attorney said that this was simple and he didn't even have to be involved.
Ours basically said the same, so I apologize why we have a delay to it.
So I can pick this up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
I'll call you, Jim. I'll text you, make sure you know that's here and done. Any other public comment?
You must just be loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't need it. I guess I can be loud. Commissioners, staff, guests. I guess I'm going to reserve my comments about how great you are. And I worked with you more because I haven't had the opportunity, but I'm sure that since you've worked with them and have attested to that, I'm sure I would agree. And I don't know if I'm supposed to interact with you, but I just like to say, based on your comment about the library, I'm on the board of the Friends of the Library, and I just like to reiterate how much the library does have for adults and children, and hopefully people will, take part in that.
Can you state your name?
Oh, I didn't get to that yet. Sorry.
Oh.
My name is Dana Rich Collins, and I live at 614 Valmont Drive in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And I've lived in Lycoming County since 1974. So I would just like to say that, the beginning of this meeting, when Commissioner Sortman referenced the Little League, made me think that right now the eyes of the world are on Williamsport and Lycoming County. People from all over the world are welcomed here. But sadly, there's something else going on in Williamsport and Lycoming County at the same time where people aren't as welcomed. And at this time, when again, the world is looking at us, we are welcoming people from all over the world to come here and play baseball. And yet we are removing people. ICE is actually removing people from our community that our residents don't know about possibly, and that are not people who are criminals or who are here illegally. They have work permits, they have, they are in process, a legal process of being here. So on June 18th in Williamsport, we made the national news when Newsweek reported that ICE agents laughed at sobbing wife after detaining husband. Roberto Diego Olivia was a tax-paying business member of the Williamsport community with an 8-month-old American son. A family was ripped apart. A father was removed from his son. July 17th, South Williamsport made the news when the South Williamsport Police Department and the South Williamsport Fire Department accompanied ICE and helped detain 6 Ecuadorian roofers who were working at a job site. They were employed members of our community. On July 9th in Lewisburg, men impersonating ICE officers approached a Lewisburg business owner to inquire about the immigration status of her employees. This was reported by WNEP TV. Local law enforcement issued a warning to the public. This is a serious matter. We want our community to know that impersonating a federal officer is a crime. Further, in response to this situation, the Buffalo Valley Police Chief, Daniel Imbick, told WNEP, "We have a policy. Put some additional language in it that will let people know we are here to help, to serve. We are not looking to work on behalf of ICE and deport people." These incidents and over 50 ICE removals so far in our community and so close to home highlight the necessity for clear expectations from our emergency services and our government officials on how they will interact with ICE. This is imperative in order to ensure the safety of our community. I am sure you want everyone, as I do, to feel comfortable calling 911 for help, whether as a victim or a witness to these often terrifying actions. Fear of asking police for help harms all of us, regardless of our citizenship status. To that end, I would hope and implore the local county law enforcement, fire departments, emergency services not engage in voluntary endeavors with ICE. I request that due process be followed, that someone who speaks a language other than English is treated like any other individual until or if there is probable cause for an arrest. As I understand, translators are available in most departments listed above, and they should be contacted initially, not ICE, if there is a language barrier. And finally, I urge the Lycoming County to adopt a policy that clearly limits collaboration and communication with ICE to federally required interactions. This policy needs to be easily accessible, unambiguous, enforceable, and available in multiple languages so that residents know their rights and understand what protections are available to them. As it stands, a lot of residents are living in fear. They're scared to call the police. They're scared to go shopping to get food. They're scared to call the fire department for help because of incidents like the above were documented cooperation with ICE. I urge this county and the law enforcement to follow the lead of other Pennsylvania county leaders who have pledged they won't sign 287G agreements. Thank you for your time.
Any other public comment? Mr. Marty, are you here? Are you here for comment? No. All right. Anybody else? Okay, and then we completed our agenda, and our next meeting will be August 14th right here in the Commissioner's Boardroom. Thank you for attending.